Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time taking a look at the 1997 Dodge Copperhead LM Edition. Also known as the Concept Car LM Edition in the base game because Polyphony had to change the name from Copperhead to the quite ambiguous Concept Car because of a complaint made by the guy from ZZ Top who had a hot rod called Copperhead, which bit of a ridiculous lawsuit, but there you go. The Copperhead LM Edition. This is a bit of an unsung hero of the first two games that got dropped by the wayside. Namely because the car never came to fruition, and I'll be honest, it's not that interesting anyway. Yeah, but this was, you know, in the first two games, this was a license prize. The base car was a license prize. And then the LM Edition was a prize car in GT1 for one of the events. Although that was just like a purple version of this with yellow wheels, and I think it had more power than this. Well as the LM Edition by this game had sort of got its own body to an extent, which basically consists of different wheels, a hard top, and this spoiler. Fun fact as well, you can also race mod the standard Copperhead and get this exact model. And it comes in a few interesting colours. I didn't race mod the Copperhead when it ran around last time because I knew it was going to run the LM Edition at some point, and it looks identical, so to avoid confusion, there you go. Front engine rear wheel drive, 534 horsepower, 900 kilograms. Those are interesting stats for an LM Edition. That does mean for a rear wheel drive LM Edition it's slightly down on power, but it is very light, which means I can imagine this is going to be quite chaotic to drive around here. Anyways, this car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Currently it is the Audi TT LM Edition, which actually statistically isn't too far away from this. Although that obviously has 4-wheel drive, which helps massively. That car set a time of 26.690. The Copperhead LM Edition is unlikely to beat that. In terms of where this is going to go, Viper GTS set a time of 27.9. Other cars comparable to this, I mean, what we got? We got the TVR Tuscan, maybe? I mean, that was a road car, so not an LM Edition. That's at a time of 29.3. I don't think this is going to get anywhere near something like the Viper STP Tizen, 29.086 on its first run. This is all about controlling it, I think. That's got to be the key to this car's, well, it's the key to every car's success technically because I'm the one driving it, but just how stable is this really going to be? That is going to be the hot topic question, because this definitely feels like it could snap on you if it so desired. TVR Cerber LM Edition 28.6. Admittedly, that was not. I did not want to go in first gear there. Although, full slide, and we actually managed to come out relatively unscathed. It's a car that actually gains speed while sliding. That is very odd. That was a scruffy lap, and it's still a 28.7. Cerber LM Edition 28.6, that made a lot more power than this did, but again, this sort of seems to be so light, it can sort of, even when it's at an odd angle, it's still sort of surging forward, which is bizarre. Did not want to break into there. Ooh. This hasn't really had a clean lap. It is very difficult to drive, as you can hopefully see. So, yeah. Not the cleanest of laps. I think, to be honest with you, strikes me as one of those cars. If this went like super early in the series, this would have set like a similar time to that Viper GTSR. I think it would have been like a 29.7. But fortunately I know a little bit more with throttle control this time round. That is a difficult car to pilot around here. There's definitely some time in it. no doubt about that. Yeah, as I suspected, sort of the splits are all over the place. I think you could easily get a 28, well, not easily, but I think you could probably get a 28.4 out of that, I would think, would be the ceiling for it. But it's tricky to drive. You can actually see in terms of the splits, like straight line speed, it's almost as quick as that TT. But yeah, I don't... Yeah, I think there's 28.4 if you got everything perfect to a pixel, but it's going to be a challenge to do that. It really is. So, yeah. A 28.730 will place this in to 43rd place. Goes quicker than the CRX Del Sol LM edition, quicker than the RX-7 RE Memia, which was basically the complete opposite. It's a very nice car, just not a lot of power. Quicker than the Opel Calibra Super Touring car. Slightly slower than Impreza Coupe, Roof BR4, the CLK race car, the Cerber LM edition, XJR15. Again, I think there's probably some room to get a little bit more out of this and beat those, but also if I had to guess, I probably said the same thing about those cars as well. So, yeah, reasonably quick. I don't think it's on the level of some of the other LM editions, even stuff like the Cerber. I don't think it's quite there, but yeah, not a... Well, it was a pretty torrid time, but a very quick car, no doubt about that. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.